What's going on, y'all, man? It's your boy Scott and Flows here with the 79th and Hallis Bears post-game recap video here. We're at a closing up Soldier Field. As you can see, that the Monday Night Football crew is already up out of here. Bears lose another one, and I'm saying another one because they've lost 11 out of their last 12 games now to this point. I don't know what more to fucking say about this. 27-24. Granted, they had an 11-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. This is another game they've lost where they had an over 90% chance of winning. They did this shit 4 times last year, and they continue to trend today. Same coach, new coach, same bullshit. Caleb Williams, 20 on 35. I'm doing all the sportscasters stats shit. 21 on 35. 210 yards passing, 1 touchdown, rushed for 65 yards, also had a touchdown. If you look at just the number, you know, oh, it wasn't that bad. But I have eyes, and that shit was terrible. It's just a terrible game. Like I said on 79th and Hallis, I'm not going to hold you. Almost every platform I've got, I said it during training camp. And this team had to get off to a fast start in order to win the 9 games that I predicted they would win. This is not how you get it done. You cannot let a rookie quarterback, especially, I know it's his second year, but he didn't play last year. He's a rookie quarterback. You cannot let a rookie quarterback come into your house and, as bad as he played in the first 3 quarters, and find a way to win the game. 2 passing touchdowns, ran one in. Like, you built his confidence as the game went on. You had this team dead to rights. Dead to rights. The running game was shut down. J.J. McCarthy looked like there were 17 people on the defense, and you let them back in. And by the time you let them back in, the game was over. I don't really blame the defense. And the reason I don't really blame the defense is because the defense overperformed, in my opinion. I thought they were going to do way worse than they did tonight. The pass rush looked okay, and then it went non-existent. I've said this for the last 6 months now. Where was Montez Sweat? Montez Sweat is just a guy, in my opinion. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. He's not a game-changing defensive end. The secondary did what they did. Nashawn Wright, hopefully he came back in the game. It looked like it was bad. He had a pick six coming in, playing for injured Jalen Johnson. I thought the secondary did their job. Especially missing not only their 2 best players, but arguably the 2 best players on the defense. I don't even think it's arguable, but they are the 2 best players on the defense, Kyler and Jalen. Kyler and Jalen. I don't. Where was where was Grady Jarrett? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say about the defense. Ben Johnson, he's a rookie coach. I'm not going to do too much, but it was not good at the end. A lot of questionable questionable decision making, questionable timeout usage, questionable on the last possession. When you get it down after that Caleb touchdown to Rome, you got to do an onside kick, especially knowing the limits of your kicker. And the new rules that they have on kicking with the NFL, not good. But to me, and I know Joe, we're gonna disagree about this, but the penalties to me was the number one reason why they lost this. I told y'all, I'm gonna look at to the camera right now, because I know a couple people cussed me out when I told y'all in August the offensive line is not as fixed as I was hoping it was going to be. They were false start kings all training camp. All training camp. I said this for a month. I was at damn near every practice, and we saw it after the day. Darnell Wright, I don't know what the hell that was. Jonah Jackson, you looking like Sean McVay made the right decision. Braxton Jones is not a starting left tackle in the NFL. The second half of that game, they were getting the left was heating up, and that's what changed the game. It was a BS holding call on Darnell Wright. That, to me, changed the game. But at the end of the day, we are in a quarterback-driven league. This is on Caleb Williams. And he started off great. It was a rocking crowd. I got to give Soldier Field fans, Bears fans did their part tonight. It was rocking. Shout out to Jay Illa. He had a great playlist. It was alumni night, so almost every era of Bear was in the building today. Shout out my man JP. Shout out his mom and his sister, the whole Peyton family. They were out here. They were the honorary captains today. All the 85 Bears were out here. It was good to see Jim McMahon out here, especially after the. I'm a rant. I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. I gotta get this off my chest. It was good to see all the 85 Bears out here, but that was a funny moment because it lets you know how far that was, how long ago that was, and how far the Bears are from getting back there. And with Caleb, the thing that made me the most angry before I give it to my brother, because I'm gonna rant more about this on the stream today, as you'll see this in the morning. The thing that made me upset more than the loss was Caleb looked Mitchian to me, where it was a lot of bad throws. He was not hitting on any of the deep balls. The accuracy was a big concern. So for me, terrible way to start the season. But we got 16 more.
Yeah, that's all wrong. Here's the reality of the situation. Caleb, as it comes to the first half, I'd probably give him an A in the first quarter, A minus, B plus in the second quarter. D, the vast majority of those were really, really slow drives that I wouldn't equate to Caleb being off as more so as I would say those were odd play call decisions by Ben Johnson. Fourth quarter, completely trash. He did not do good until like one play call or one pass that got Romo Dunze the touchdown. Here's the issue with this. The problem we had with Mr. Trubisky was Mr. Trubisky wouldn't even attempt to make those throws. He would throw down a receiver, and he wouldn't even make the throws. You would be pissed, like, why aren't you seeing that? Why aren't you hitting that? Why are you just doing a check down? When it came to Justin Fields just could not understand the defenses around him. The defenses he had, they were never, ever the defense that was around him or the defenses that he was showing, he was immediately confused by the way that they had their looks. He was confused by the things that they did. You were frustrated with that. With Caleb Williams within this first half, I never saw that. I didn't see a fact of someone who didn't understand the defense. I didn't see someone who was scared to throw those passes. They sailed on him. I'm not going to act like they didn't sail on him, but they were there. And then he was also, seems like he was able to manipulate the defense a few times with his eyes. So I'm not going to put that on him. And the biggest issue that I will have with Bears fans is that it's impossible for someone to be great in this city because of all of the issues with the Bears in the past. The 85 Bears were the golden moment, then it all just went downhill. Then you had to deal with the Chad Hutchinsons, the Craig Krenzels, the Kyle Ortons, the Rex Grossmans. You had to deal with trash for so long that when you have a semblance of something good, they have to be they have to be ready immediately. And the trouble with this is he is a year two quarterback. And yes, you want him to do some great things. You want him to do some things a little bit better. But if you expect him to be fully the guy now or fully have those things, I don't know what to tell you. Now, what I did notice was in that fourth quarter, his confidence was shot. He was shaky. The only positive is I'm glad he was throwing it, but that's obviously just a moral victory, not a true victory. But you want him to keep taking the shots. That's the only way he gets out of it. In terms of Ben Johnson, I thought it was a good first half, absolutely good. Penalties truly can. If you take away 60% of those penalties, which you can say that for a lot of teams, I'm pretty sure the Bears would have won this pretty handily.
Every time they got a rolling, it was a penalty.
I'm pretty sure the Bears would have won this handily and it wouldn't be an issue. But the problem is these penalties put them in long yardage situation with the playbook that you have. You got to have a little bit of desperation. Well, let's try to get the chunk plays.
Was the Darnell Wright hold after Caleb threw the OZ and he got him to the 12-yard line?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you get what I'm saying here. So I think within this game, and it sounds like I'm on copping please, but I'm going to tell you now, I stopped copping please with Justin. The only reason I copped please with Justin, he's a Buckeye. I'm not going to act like I didn't. I was like, man, he going to get this, he going to get that. No. If Caleb's not the guy, he's just not the guy. And the unfortunate reality is, Bears fans, is that got to move on. We have to move on. We'll have to go to the next person. If he ain't the next person, until you find it, and eventually you'll find it. Maybe not in my lifetime, maybe not in your lifetime. Who knows?
We gonna be one of them grandfathers who, when we die, our grandkids gonna put the Bears flag on our memorial. Granddad would have loved this. We finally got a quarterback. Year 2070.
But the truth is, I'm not gonna put this game on Caleb's shoulders solely. I am not gonna even put him on a majority. I think if I had to dole out who is responsible for this, it would be 30% Caleb, 30% Ben.
Oh, the run game. Oh my Jesus Christ.
40% the offensive line. They were not getting any push in the run game. And then DeAndre Swift was running into places and missing holes, which makes me think that it's time for the rookie Kyle Monungai to get some tick because DeAndre Swift is just – it's only one game I know, but, man, he missed at least 3 holes.
But that's not DeAndre Swift's game either.
Which is the problem. We need somebody who's going to hit Ashton Genty at
DeAndre Swift is good when you got David Montgomery.
Right. Ashton Genty at Boise State is the exact example of what you have. I want him to get up to the line, squeeze through there, find a hole, not just run into you.
By the way, when I said trade up for Ashton Genty, all of y'all killed me, by the way. Just want to get that out there.
And then this is why I put a lot of blame on Ben Johnson. You got Colston Loveland with the 10th pick.
Oh, yeah.
It's inexcusable that –
where was Cole Kmet?
It's inexcusable that Colston Loveland has 2 receptions. Yeah. Cole Kmet has 1 reception. That cannot happen.
With the bird and
I don't care. Like, when I asked him this question personally, he said, every game is different. They knew they would have a bigger responsibility and protection. I said, no, I'm sorry. I need to see the tight end core getting 10 receptions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
bare minimum a
Yep.
game.
In
Bare
today's
minimum.
NFL, and he know that.
And then especially when you understand that the Bears running game hasn't been great in eons. So why would they be forced to just sit in protection? 3 receptions combined. That's not good enough. And, what it comes down to is they have to be able to tailor this offense to deal with the good and with the bad.
Yep.
I think Caleb has struggled with deep passes. That being said, he only had 2 deep passes today, passes over 30 yards.
I got a question for you.
So I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not really concerned, is this the main issue for this game today? I thought he missed the gimmies. He missed a simple little skinny post to Cole Kmet. He missed a skinny post to DJ Moore. What he said, I hit those in practice consistently,
Yeah.
and it's frustrating that I didn't hit it. But man, jump off the ledge. Relax. Not jump off. Step back
can I
from
ask
the
you
ledge.
this?
Step back from the ledge. I'm kind of annoyed with Bears fans' frustration because I am a Bears fan. But this is just the way reality is. It's like you saying, I'm annoyed that I have to die. Well, motherfucker, you're gonna die. And so if you understand being a fan is you suffer and then you don't. Here's the thing is, if you were to live 85, 90 years old, the vast majority of your team will not win a championship.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's reality. And so because of that, just take a step back. And I only say this because it's the first game. This is not me saying Caleb's going to be the guy. This is not me saying Ben Johnson's going to be the coach. I have no clue. But unfortunately, the reality is this is a year 2 quarterback, solid rookie season. Give him some grace. This is a first-time head coach. It's a lot different calling offensive than calling